guys, it's Amy at Zoe Beck, and I'm going to do a Friday Reads. Now, I don't normally do Friday Reads just because this is what I look like after a week of work. Anyway, the reason is that I filmed a video this morning to talk about what my weekend was going to be reading, because I got my dates all screwed up, though, for every TBR thing I was going to talk about. So, Friday Reads, I thought I'd just drop a quick video, because this weekend is 24 in 48 Readathon, and it's also Create Your Own Readathon. So I'm kind of combining them. I'm going to do probably like the same thing. So that's because it's the same 48 hours. So again, 24 and 48 is a readathon that happens 2 or 3 times a year. I know for sure 2. I can't remember now if that was 3rd time. But they have a website at 24and48.com, and you can sign up, and there's a lot of things on social media you can do with it. And I did do that a couple times, but I really just, my whole point for a 24 and 48 readathon is I just try to read as much as I can. So what always happens is something else is always going on this weekend. So of course I have to, my parents are coming up, and we're all going to go do a little wine tasting and out for lunch. So I lose those hours. I also have my writing group in the evening on Saturday. So Saturday is going to be a really short reading day, but hopefully Sunday I can make up for it. So I'm going to shoot for 10 hours of reading. I know that's not 24, but this weekend is not going to work for me. Didn't happen. So I'm also putting out my Create Your Own Readathon put on by Sarah at Steeped in Books, and I want to do 10 hours of reading, so it's kind of both. So I just thought I'd show you the books that I think I'm going to pick up this weekend. I'm not quite sure. I mean, as I said, then I'm gonna film the Reading Rush TBR that I tried to film this morning that I screwed up. So anyway, I've rambled on for 2 minutes. Anyway. So, right now I'm in the middle of Pride and Prometheus by John Kessel. I just started, I read it one night when I was kind of reading a lot of different books at the time, and I was reading Hunchback of Notre Dame, or Notre Dame du Paris, and I was trying to read more books than I should have at one point. I just don't do very well of reading on the dark side and reading more than one book at a time. So I did pick this up for about 40 pages, about 43 pages. So last night I just picked it up. I read about 10 pages, about 50, more like 15 or so. So I'm just about 60 pages in on this. Again, this is a mashup between Pride and Prejudice and Frankenstein. I'm reading this for Jane Austen July. So I'm continuing a lot of my reading that has to do with the prompts from Jane Austen July, which is put on by Katie at Books and Things, and Marissa at Blatantly Bookish. So this is one of my retellings that I had on my shelf. I got this as an ARC last year from a book club that I was in at the time. So I've had it on my shelf for over a year because it came out last year. And I don't know if anybody who's actually read it, but it always intrigued me. So, because it has to do with Mary Bennet and then Victor Frankenstein, and the monster is in this as well. We get a perspective from him. So, I'm excited for this one because again, it dropped me in pretty good. It's about, I think they said it's about 12 or 13 years since the end of Pride and Prejudice. So, Mary is like 32, so she's on the shelf pretty much. But Kitty is still trying to get married. Anyways, and then she meets Victor Frankenstein when he comes to London to try to find out more about natural sciences so that he can get the monster to his bride, give him his bride. So anyway, so I'm reading that. I did just start my audiobook. I'm going to reread The Witchwood Crown by Tad Williams by audio this time. This is the first book in the new trilogy of The Last King of Austenard, and again, this continues on from the trilogy Memory, Sorrow, and Thorn that came out in the late 80s, early 90s. Of course, love that series. I love this book. I loved this book when I read it 2 years ago. It was my favorite book of the year. I really want to get to Empire of Grass, but there's just so much in here that, I mean, again, and my reading is really decreased a lot in the last couple years because of BookTube, that I just can't remember all my details. And I do remember as soon as the audiobook is reading it. I'm not very far. I'm like not even 20 some, I'm like barely 20 pages into this. I don't know. So I just started it on my way home from work today. So anytime I get in the car that I'm by myself, I'll be listening to this. It is over 38 hours on audio. This is going to take me a while. Anyway, so at this point I'm going to read it by audio, but you never know. I might just pick it up the other way. So if I happen to finish Pride and Prometheus, I am probably going to pick up more Jane Austen, and this will be Lady Susan, The Watsons, and Sedition. So this is her novella, finished novella, and then 2 unfinished novels. So I've never read these. This is my last Jane Austen fiction that I have not read yet. So it'll be kind of a little bittersweet, but I do want to get to this. I've always wanted to read Lady Susan, and I bought this early. I think I bought this last year. Because I didn't have it. The book that I had a lot of her other stories, but not these ones. Anyway, so I got this one. So that's probably what I'm going to read next. So that is my Friday reads. A little longer than I even planned for what I'm trying to say. So anyway, so are you guys taking part in 24 and 48? And how many hours are you guys planning? I just can't do more than 10. I mean, I might get to 12. You know, matters what Sunday goes like. But with Saturday, it's going to be... I'm going to be lucky if I get 4 or 5 hours in that day. And I can't trust it that I'll get that much. I don't know, so we'll see. And then, of course, Create Your Own Readathon is just saying how much you're going to read, either by hours or pages or accomplishments. So I'm just going to use the same 10-hour. I don't know, maybe... Anyway, so if you guys are doing it, let me know, either of them or both of them. It's kind of cool. And what are you guys reading? And I am still doing Jane Austen July, clearly, and enjoying it. So I will talk to you guys later. Bye.